Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 disappeared with 239 people on board.
Malaysia 370, contact Ho Chi Minh 120.9. Good night.
Good night, Malaysia 370.
People boarded a plane. It took off. And then, it simply ceased to exist. Passengers boarded Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370. On the evening of March 8, 2014. Kuala Lumpur International Airport buzzed with life, families hugged goodbye, children laughed, travelers scrolled through phones, and cabin crews performed their final checks. The aircraft, a Boeing 777, was modern, reliable, and considered one of the safest in the world. Everything appeared normal. Everything was routine. 40 minutes into the flight, over the South China Sea, the plane disappeared from civilian radar. No distress calls, no emergency signals, no indication of trouble, just silence. At first, authorities assumed a technical glitch, a momentary lapse in tracking, but military radar told a different story. The aircraft had not vanished randomly, it had changed course deliberately, flying for more than an hour beyond the range of commercial monitoring. Its trajectory passed near Diego Garcia, a US military base in the Indian Ocean. Coincidence? Or something more deliberate? Investigators were immediately confronted with a nightmare. No wreckage. No black boxes.
It has been 8 years since the Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 disappeared. The flight had 239 passengers on board.
Malaysia Airlines flight with 239 people on board, including 4 Americans, has gone missing.
Only fragments that would appear months later on distant shores, Reunion Island, Madagascar, Mozambique. Ocean currents and drift patterns could explain some movement, but not all. How could debris from such a large modern aircraft appear thousands of miles from the presumed crash site? The behavior of the fragments suggested forces beyond simple oceanography, leaving scientists and search teams puzzled. The human toll was immediate and unmeasurable. 239 lives, ordinary people with ordinary routines, suspended in uncertainty. Parents, spouses, children, families trapped in a limbo with no closure. Phones rang unanswered. Seats remained empty. Cabins were silent. Every personal effect, every untouched passport became a symbol of absence. Grief extended across countries and oceans, touching every corner of human imagination with the weight of impossibility. Satellite handshakes, automatic signals transmitted to orbiting satellites offered the faintest trace of the plane's path. These signals suggested the aircraft continued flying for hours, far from its intended course. Analysts debated the data endlessly. Did the plane crash in the southern Indian Ocean, or was it diverted elsewhere, hidden from all observation? Were the signals clues or misdirection? Every interpretation seemed uncertain. Technology that should have prevented catastrophe provided no answers. The Boeing 777 had redundant systems, backup protocols, and multiple safeguards. None revealed the truth. No cockpit recordings, no emergency transmissions, no black boxes. Systems designed to maintain life and signal disaster were suddenly irrelevant. Humanity's confidence in its own engineering faltered. Theories emerged almost immediately. Mechanical failure, hijacking, pilot suicide, covert military involvement, all plausible in some eyes. More extreme possibilities, government cover-ups, secret operations, even extraterrestrial interference, captured the imagination of a public desperate for explanations. The vacuum of information became fertile ground for suspicion, speculation, and fear. Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah became a focal point. Described as calm, meticulous, and precise, he was viewed by some as a potential architect of a deliberate disappearance. Was he responsible, or simply a convenient figure for the narrative to latch onto? Military radar suggested that the plane remained under controlled flight for long after it disappeared from civilian tracking, yet these details were never fully disclosed. questions about what the public was allowed to know remain unresolved. The aircraft's flight path raised disturbing possibilities. Analysts studying satellite and radar data noted maneuvers that suggested deliberate control. If true, the plane's disappearance was no accident. It may have been deliberately guided away from conventional detection, erased from the maps the world relied upon. The idea that a technologically advanced aircraft could vanish without leaving clear evidence was almost unimaginable, yet it had happened. Debris patterns further complicated the investigation. While ocean currents could explain some distribution, other fragments seemed to defy expectation. Scientists speculated whether anomalies in currents, storms, or even unaccounted forces might have influenced the drift. Some suggested that oceanographic models underestimated the complexity of currents in the southern Indian Ocean. The ocean itself became an enigma, a force hiding more than it revealed. Global attention was immediate and relentless. Documentaries, books, podcasts, and online forums dissected every lead. Every satellite ping, every fragment, every unexplained movement became evidence for potential hidden agendas. Amateur investigators and professionals alike combed through data, seeking patterns in signals that might illuminate a final location. Yet the truth remained stubbornly out of reach. Meanwhile, families endured the invisible weight of uncertainty. Some clung to hope that advances in technology, satellite imagery, AI-driven ocean modeling, and sophisticated data analysis might one day locate the aircraft. Others quietly carried grief, learning to live alongside unanswered questions. Each day without closure became part of the tragedy itself, extending loss beyond the moment of disappearance. MH370 is a challenge not just to aviation science, but to human understanding. Modern global radar, satellite networks, and real-time tracking, all instruments designed to prevent disaster, failed to capture the final truth. A machine engineered for redundancy and precision was rendered powerless against whatever occurred. Humanity's faith in its own control and foresight faltered. Even the official timeline of events contains contradictions. Search zones may have been miscalculated. Satellite handshakes were interpreted inconsistently. Delays in data analysis created discrepancies. Some errors may have been human, others might have been deliberate. Each reconstruction left more questions than it answered, feeding speculation and fear. Theories grew darker over time. Was it pilot suicide, a hijacking, or covert intervention? None could be confirmed. Extreme possibilities persisted: secret operations, government cover-ups, or military experiments. MH370 left a void that reason alone could not fill. In the absence of answers, imagination flourished. The human dimension deepened the tragedy. Crew members, engineers, family members, volunteers, all entangled with grief, uncertainty, and the hope for resolution. The event reminded the world of the fragility of control. One night, one flight, 239 lives erased, and consequences rippled far beyond the passengers and crew. Every unanswered question became a lingering echo of absence. Investigators described MH370 as a black hole in the sky. Every fragment, every anomaly, every satellite signal reinforced the notion that the aircraft disappeared not only physically, but intellectually. The world lost more than a plane, it lost certainty, trust, and the ability to comprehend fully what had occurred. Yet the search continues. New tools and methods, AI-driven analysis, advanced oceanographic models, and satellite imaging offer hope. Amateur and professional investigators probe anomalies previously ignored. Each year brings the potential for revelation. Perhaps a black box will surface. Perhaps radar data or oceanographic patterns will tell a story long obscured. But for now, silence dominates. The ocean has claimed its secrets. Beneath its waves lie truths inaccessible to human observation. Every fragment, every drift pattern, every anomaly is a testament to the ocean's vast memory and power. The final story of MH370 rests beneath its surface, untouched by certainty, hidden from sight. 239 lives remain unaccounted for. One aircraft remains lost. An invisible flight path stretches across a vast, cold expanse. Silence is louder than explanation, heavier than evidence. MH370 is more than a technical mystery. It is a human catastrophe, a test of imagination, patience, and faith in understanding. The story continues, carried forward by technology, hope, and the persistent curiosity of humankind. AI, satellite imagery, and oceanographic modeling may yet illuminate the truth. Every year offers the possibility of revelation, yet the ocean, vast and indifferent, keeps the final answers submerged, silent, and eternal. MH370 exposes the limits of human knowledge. It reveals the fragility of certainty, the unpredictable power of natural forces, and the enduring weight of absence. 239 lives vanished, leaving questions that span oceans and generations. Somewhere in that silence, they remain, waiting. The ocean listens. It remembers. MH370 rests in its depths, untouched by explanation, unresolved, and eternal. Human investigation may probe endlessly, but the ultimate truth is held in the cold darkness beneath the waves. 239 souls, one aircraft, countless unanswered questions, a silence more profound than any explanation. MH370 reminds the world of human vulnerability in the face of the unknown. It is a story of lives lost, technology defeated, and the enduring mystery of the deep. The narrative is far from over, and hope persists that one day the ocean may finally release its secrets. Until then, the world waits, and 239 people remain suspended in absence.